Hello, so what we are trying to do today is we are trying to take this red wire right here that I just ran under the dash. I still have to tuck it in there and everything. I know it looks bad, but I'm taking that and I'm bringing it all the way to the fuse box because my radio constantly had power. So I'm gonna throw this, which I already have my fuses in there. I gotta change that 2.5 out with a no, that's a 25. I'm gonna change that 25 out with a 10. If that's what it wants. I'm gonna leave that in there, actually. That's the fuse that it needs. So I'm gonna throw that in. And connect it to that. Feed it up into here, grab it, wrapped around the brake pedal. All right, there we go. Bring it up, make sure it's not touching anything that it shouldn't be. Then I'm gonna trim it down to size here. So I think we'll go, let's see. We'll go to here. There's that. And that will run right to my fuse box. Right to that fuse here. And that will make my radio turn on when I turn my key. I know I'm not really showing you guys a good angle. It's kind of difficult to do that here right now. All right. So here we are again. I'm gonna grab one of my connectors. And strip this wire down, twist it, connected. Then I'm going to connect this wire here. Crimp it down. Make sure it's nice and snug. Give it a pull test. And throw it up in there. And in theory, that should fix problem I have with my radio. So I'm gonna plug it in, see if it works, and we pray that it does. For anybody wondering what kind of radio this is, it's just a Pioneer DMX or DMH, I think 1 or 1500 NX. Yeah. It's only a like $200 radio. So it's pretty good on price. And the quality is honestly pretty decent for a aftermarket radio. I just gotta find my audio jack for my mic. There it is. Plug that in, the last thing. If I can find out where it plugs. There we go. That's everything. And I think that did it. I mean, every time I turn the car on, I have to turn it on manually, but that's not a big deal. So now, I can throw everything back in here, how it should be. And then I should have no more problems with it. I'm going to be doing another video on my fuel pump, but that's going to be in an actual garage, and hopefully I have somebody that will be able to hold the camera for me. So it would be a lot easier doing it that way. Because I can't really show you guys how I'm getting this done and doing it at the same time. It's just don't have that many hands. I forgot a 1/4-inch ratchet, so I just pretty much took these and clamped it down onto the socket, and I just tightened it or loosened it out with that. So I'm just gonna tighten it back up the same way. There's that one. One. Alright. And then we put our key in the ignition. The brake pedal is really stiff. Throw this back in. I have some wires tucked in here. So just try not to crush anything when you put it back in there. Like that. That goes in there. I have wire here that I have to get out of my way to put this cover piece back on. Wherever I threw it. Here it is. Put that back in. Now, voila. Didn't even have to use this one. I already had one in there. It's just one of these. You put your 2 fuses in there. Then you put this in your fuse location. All right. And then I think that's about it. Hopefully in the next one, I'll be throwing this on my car, my fuel filter, because I think my other one's all gummed up. So is my catalytic converter. So I fixed that somehow. I just drilled a hole in the exhaust and it took the light off. And I have to cut the hose, the hard line for the fuel line, and then I have to replace it with this because the threaded piece to put the filter on is all rotted out and I can't get it out. So I'm just going to have to cut it out and then put this hose in there.